What's up, guys? Verdugo29 back with you again. We are here for the round 3 recap of the GBA, and I'm joined by Adam the Bee's Knees.
Hola.
Alright, so we're going to crack straight into it. We have a few teams that haven't lost a single battle. We have a few teams that are rising up from the depths of defeat. And so we're going to kick things off with Adam's team, the Kansas Cocooners, up against Aiden, the Alabama Bohemians. Adam, were you feeling confident coming into this week?
Yes.
Even after your soul-destroying loss last week?
After my defeat. Look, man, I learned a lesson, alright? So
that's good. That's the important thing. Alright, you talk us through this battle. Let's start it now and you talk us through this battle then.
Okay. So I lead with Garchomp, and he leads with... I stay in because I just want my rocks off, and he foolishly goes for the knockoff. So I'm just going to kill it next turn. Actually, no, I didn't get my rocks up yet. I just killed him. Now I get my rocks up on the Cresselia. The Cresselia side shocks. It does nothing. I go into Scizor because I know Scizor walls this thing. So I'm just going to fire off a U-turn, do clean damage. I think I'm banded. So I'm going to go into Sableye because I don't think he can touch me. He reveals the HP Fire. He's going to go into my Luddic. So I'm just going to Calm Mind here. This was the Calm Mind Sableye. That's kind of common. Scald is doing Jack, and I'll set up a little more. He's going to pull the offensive switch into Altaria as I recover. I calced, and I know I can live one, and I think it's important to burn this thing, so I'm just going to fire off the Willow. It's unfortunate that all my setup was wasted, but what can you do? There was no point of damaging it if it had roost. So now I'm going to go out the Scizor, smack something with a Bullet Punch. I hit the Landers pretty hard. 40% is not bad. By the way, guys, this is not Ubers, technically. So he goes for the HP Fire. He's Life Orbed, clearly. That's what they all run.
No, he's HP Ice. They're predicting Garchomp.
Yeah. Alright, so he's going to go for the Waterfall. It doesn't flinch or anything. I poison, and I go straight for the Recover. I don't know why I'm faster. He goes for the Superpower. Unfortunate, it lowers his attack, so he won't be able to kill me. So I'm just going to get the free Recover off, and we live in. I predict the Toxic, so I go... Wait, no, I don't. I go into Whimsicott so I can try to stall this thing out with Sub-Leech Seed. He has HP Fire, which is unfortunate. Crit didn't matter. I'm just going to go for Broke, go for Leech Seed. I absorb the HP Fire. And just going to heal up a little bit, annoying the crap out of Aiden. He's going to go into this thing. I'm going to go for Sub, and now I'm firing off a Moonblast to kill this thing. So he has HP Ice. He has all the HPs, and then I'm just going to kill him. Then he's going to go out into the stupid Milotic. So I'm going to hit a Sub, see what he does. He reveals the Ice Beam. Kind of unfortunate. Whimsicott suits me no more purpose, so I'm just going to fire off an Energy Ball and die.
Kind of surprised you're running Energy Ball, not Giga Drain.
Because Energy Ball one-shot Swampert, that's why.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was running just enough because Energy Ball is more powerful. So I U-turn, I predicted him to switch, but he stays in, that's fine, and he dies from burn. Out to the Porygon2, now he's going to heal up. I'm going to Toxic him, which is very good. He's just going to suffer from that. He's got no way of healing. He Toxics the Garchomp, so that's not as bad as poisoning Porygon2. He goes in the Swampert. I'm just going to fire off a Dragon Claw, and then that's enough to bring him down where another one will kill. Down goes the Swampert. All he has left are his 2 walls. He goes into Cresselia. I'm just going to sack off Garchomp. He's no more purpose. He's just going to heal up. Oh well. Now, I'm going to go out right in the Porygon2. I'm going to bait into Toxic, go into Scizor, because I know he has HP Fire, so now I'm just going to go for the U-turn, do massive damage. I'm going to go back into the Porygon. No.
For knockoff, man.
I go for the knockoff, I'm sorry. Go for the knockoff, then I go back into Porygon 2, because I know he's not going to poison the Scizor. He goes into my Logic, he stays in, no, and then I try attack. He goes for the Maricoat, which was interesting, so that's kind of cool. He recovers here as I'm just going to go for the Toxic. Now, both of his walls are poisoned, so I kind of just win from stalling this man. He scalds me. I would have kind of liked the burn. That way I could just stay in and recover stall both of them. but that's fine. He goes back into Banana Phone as I have the needless recover. I'm going to go back into Tentacruel to absorb the HP fire. He overpredicted there. I thought I would go into Scizor. Glad I didn't. So he's going to go back in the Ultron. I'm just going to fire off Sludge Wave. Does 15%. Nothing too bad. And Giga Drain is going to heal me back up full while he scalds. And he does not get the burn. So at this point, my Milotic's looking not good. I'm going to go back into Thrift Shopping because I know he doesn't have Toxic on this thing. So I'm just going to sit here and try attack. He's going to go for the Marico. It does, it's a good thing try attack's not very good. So now I'm just going to heal up, I believe, while this thing comes out. And I think this thing dies. No, it doesn't die from Toxic. So I've got to go into Scizor. He Moonlights, which I'm glad he didn't HP Fire. It's a last-ditch effort. So I'm just going to finish him off with a U-turn. And then out comes the Milotic. And I just stall from here. The end.
Yeah, it was a pretty stally battle, guys. At the end, like, all the main important things happened right at the start. What Aiden kind of needed to break down Adam's team was that, I mean, honestly, he needed Lando and Kana to have knockoff too, really to catch the PZ, because the PZ was the one that was eating up all the hits. Also, he wasn't able to get the Toxic off on PZ with Crest, and that could have been really important later game. But since he also lost Cresselia, he didn't have an answer for Tentacruel. There's only two answers really for Tentacruel, were Landorus and Cresselia, and he lost both of them pretty cheaply. So Adam was able to just pick up a pretty easy victory. We're going to move on to the next one. Alright guys, we are back with the second match of this round. It was the San Francisco Volcaronas against, oh god, what is John's team name again? Is it the Frederick Talonflames? Is that it?
Florida Talonflames.
Florida Talonflames. Alright, so Frank's been winning a lot lately. We were hoping maybe this could change against John. John didn't have a bad team, so we were hoping maybe something could happen. It has Bulldoze on Entei, which is great tech for Magnezone. Don't understand why he didn't just go for the Sacred Fire, though. It seems like a much better play to go for. Why do you have your music on?
Sorry, I turned it off. Alright.
So, Sceptile comes in, he has the Volcarona, and this is where I was kind of getting annoyed. Kept going for Giga Drain. I mean, I wouldn't know there's a Volcarona in the back, so why wouldn't you just go for a Dragon Pulse for damage? But,
yeah. John
and he reveals Whirlwind on Volcarona, and I was like, excuse me?
That was pretty creative.
Lots of double switching going on. Goes back into Jellicent, and still goes to the Bulldoze, and I was like, I didn't understand. I didn't understand, Adam, why this was happening.
He has checks. He has checks for it. He's not going to stay in.
I know. And, like, I mean, now he predicts the Dragon Pulse, goes into Magnezone. This Sceptile was just getting destroyed by the... it doesn't get destroyed there, though, because it reveals Focus Blast and takes out Zone. Apparently had HP Ice, but it wasn't scarfed. So, gets the Fiery Dance on the Snorlax, gets the boost, but Snorlax just gobbled
even
that.
If it was scarfed, Sceptile outsped.
Unfortunately for Frank, he misses the Will-O-Wisp and gets paralyzed in the process. So, unfortunate right there. Goes for the Curse with Snorlax. There is a Chesnaught in the back that Snorlax can't touch, so he's going to go back to Cofagrigus, which is a good play. Cofagrigus does get taunted though, he's going to double into Hitmontop, hoping maybe this Chesnaught doesn't want to set up Leech Seed, but yep. I mean, the switch into Sceptile though wasn't the best one here, because he does go into Jellicent, but it's pretty obvious he's going to get back into Volk, and so, honestly, you need to fire up a D-Pulse here, but no, he decides to get the Giga Drain, which wasn't his best play, because now Frank can just predict the Dragon Pulse and go out to Diancie, but he decides to stay in and just show the bulk. Ends up getting paralyzed though, which does mean that Entei can come in, and I'm pretty sure a Sacred Fire from here will kill. But he goes for the E-Speed, and I'm just sitting there being like, come on. And like, Jack even said it in the chat. Jack even said in the chat, like, why aren't you clicking Sacred Fire? Because burning that Jellicent would be getting more damage on it. Krug comes in, and there's absolutely nothing this Snorlax can do. Tries to Curse, but I don't see what this achieves.
The Snorlax is burned over here.
Yeah, this Snorlax is just going to get blown back. Krug can just set up the easiest of Stealth Rocks. He has Hitmontop at the back that can clear them, but Hitmontop can't do shit to Jellicent because it can't learn any good Dark move. So, this wasn't looking good.
Does he get Sucker Punch?
Yeah, plus he gets roared out into Dragonite, so if things couldn't get worse. Then he tries to D-Dance as he gets Toxic and isn't running Lumberry. I have no idea. I forget what item he's running. Then decides to be greedy and set up a second D-Dance. And I'm sitting there like, John, what are you doing? Please Sacred Fire. He finally sacrificed, and you can see how much damage that was doing to Jellicent. If he could do that every freaking turn, it would have been so much better for John. But unfortunately, he didn't. Snorlax is going to come in and can't do a single thing to Jellicent unless this is a rest Snorlax, which could be good, but then again, he does have Chesnaught in the back.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's rest, but he has Chesnaught in the back, so he needs Cofagrigus, honestly, if he wants to win this battle. He needs Cofagrigus and Snorlax to kind of work together, and maybe he can do something. For some reason, he clicked Earthquake with Hitmontop, probably predicting the Spiky Shield.
I don't know why.
No, he was predicting Spiky Shield, then Frank predicted to go for the Rapid Spin, which is a lot of really good predictions on Frank's part, and kind of bad plays on John's part, to be honest. Dragonite's going to come in, and out comes Volcarona, so this is possibly a chance for John. He can set up one D-Dance, predicting him to maybe want to switch, but he decides to Declaw instead, and takes Rocky Helmet, then Toxic. So this Dragonite is freaking useless. Tries to switch it out to Preserver, but I don't see how this is going to achieve anything, because he's just going to get knocked off and blown all the way back by a Crocodile. And our Crocodile is just...
Yeah, you need to sack off on your Dragonite.
He goes in a Hitmontop, but like... like... He EQs the Jellicent, does absolutely nothing. He had no answer for the Jellicent other than Sceptile on his team, so that was a bit of an issue from the start. As now he can just recover with Jellicent, like he loses absolutely nothing from doing that. And John is just going to get absolutely destroyed here.
I mean, Frank can just sit here with Jellicent and win.
Yeah, and picks up the nice and clean burn. Can't spin away rocks, so now Dragonite's going to die to rocks. Entei is going to get blown back by them too. Entei doesn't have any move that can really hurt here. If he had Crunch, maybe it was a different story. Finally picks up the burn. Doesn't really matter as Jellicent can recover. If only he ran Crunch, because that would have actually done some serious damage. Fortunately, he doesn't. Jellicent can just eat up these hits, fire off a Scald, and that'll be the end of Entei. That means he only really has Snorlax left, because Dragonite... Dragonite's going to die to rocks.
Chestnut plus Jellicent just wins at this point.
Yeah.
So, that's good game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Taunts him as well, just for extra insult to injury. But now Frank can just Leech Seed, then spam Drain Punch and all that jazz. Even if Chesnaught gets paralyzed, it really doesn't matter at this point of the battle, as Chesnaught can just overwhelm him and just blow him back. Chesnaught was a beast in this battle, just eating up hits. Drain Punch again. Basically, just the combination of Chesnaught and Jellicent was something that John just couldn't crack. And so Frank's going to pick up a really impressive 5-0 victory here, and definitely cement himself as one of the front runners in the competition. But we're going to move on to the next battle. Okay, guys, we are back with the next battle. It is myself against Jack. So the Blackthorn Bishops up against the Maryland Mienshals. I was sweating bullets going into this battle. I brought a really weird team, and I didn't bring anything from Meloetta, so you can imagine how this battle was going to go. He leads Tornadus, I lead Rotom, so I was feeling pretty good about this. Pretty sure he was going to U-turn. Didn't expect him to go out to Manectric. I probably should have just gone for the Hydro. Would have helped. He gets the boost, and I was like, ah, crap. I don't really have anything for us. But I got to Camerupt, and I'm running Anger Point. And so he goes gets the crit, activates my Anger Point to max out my attack, and everybody was like, what? But I end up going for the EQ and freaking choking right there. I should have just Mega'd straight up. This is going to cost me the battle, because if I'd gone for the Fire Blast, it would have blown back anything on his team plus EQ.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing.
So instead I let Jack get up 2 hazards instead of doing smart things. He goes into Mienshao. I probably could have stayed in and taken 1 high jump kick too, especially since he was going to go for Fake Out, but I decided to try and play it smart and go into Weezing, because Weezing was my Mienshao wall, so really just wanted to work him over with that. Goes out to Meloetta. I can get up my T-Spikes now, as he can try and clear them with Skarmory, but I'm hoping I can do some work here. Unfortunately, Camerupt does live that Hyper Voice, which I was pretty impressed by, but he's going to go down. Not much I could do about that. I go into Obama.
Psyshock does a lot.
Psyshock does a fair bit to Blissey, but I can Wish Protect here. Should be okay, but I don't think I'm actually running Protect because I'm an idiot. I go out to Celebi. As he will fire off another Psyshock, I can eat that and heal back up. And this is where I wanted to reveal, my set. I was really wanted to go for Zen Headbutt there, because I knew Goodra might want to come in on me. And if I Zen Headbutted there and took out his Mienshao, shit would have been amazing for me at that point of the battle, because Mienshao puts in work against my team.
Mienshao outspeed.
No, as in I would have gone for the Zen Headbutt instead of going for the Swords Dance. And that
Oh,
would have just
yeah.
blown back his Mienshao. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And so now, he's going to whittle down my team. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it, guys. My basic way of winning this battle was with taking out his Mienshao. I can Zen Headbutt here with Celebi, Buddy Dragon Tails. Zen Headbutt, if I got up the Soul Stance, actually Oko's Gudra. So that would have been nice. Unfortunately, Poison I think is going to be the one thing that takes out this Gudra in the end, which is kind of weird. As he's going to fire off another Dragon Tail. Dragon Tailing here was really smart though, because I couldn't really do anything about it. As Gudra will go down to Weezing's T-Spike. So Weezing picking up yet another KO. There is nothing I can do to stop this Mienshao now though. Like, even though I have Scarfed Latios, Scarfed Latios can't get through Meloetta. I was hoping I could live this knockoff. I do live the knockoff. And I can go for a Pain Split, which was a good idea in theory, but I'm pretty sure a high jump kick does still kill me. I end up eating it up, though. Foolishly going for another Pain Split, though, hoping that I can kill the Mienshao. And I actually do with the Toxic, so Weezing picking up 2 kills.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Weezing picking up 2 kills, which is pretty cool.
And then you just drop a Draco.
Then I was like, yeah, I gotta drop a Draco, but he lives. I get min damage on the Draco, and he lives, and that sucked, guys, because if I had killed, I could have not taken that U-turn damage, gone back out to Celebi, but at the end of the day, I had absolutely nothing for this Meloetta.
Oh, and by the way, unfortunately, Tornadus did die from Life Orb.
Which means it's not a kill for me, which sucks. Because I probably would have, if I'd done that hit then, I would have tried to go out to Celebi, force the issue against Meloetta, but at the end of the day, Meloetta's going to kill me. It sucked that I didn't get rid of his Mienshao, because if I had, that would have been good. But yeah, unfortunately, couldn't get the result there. But it was a good win by Jack. Yeah, I didn't play smart with Camerupt. If I was able to get rid of that Spike being there, it meant that some of my other Pokemon could have lived a bit better. Weezing put in work, though. I was pretty impressed with that. But yeah, I probably could have played a lot smarter against Jack there. But what are you going to do? We'll go on to the next one. Alright, guys. Rounding off round 3 of the GBA, we have Matt, the Pittsburgh Steelixes, up against Charles of the, the Jubilife Jumpluffs. So let's just crack right into this. So, Dragology up against Gastrodon. I'm going to let Adam take this one.
Alright, so we're going to start in 3.
Wait, you've already... Oh, god damn it. I thought you restarted.
I'm sorry. I can't tell when you start.
That's fine. I've paused it at the point where Togekiss comes in at turn 2. So just go from there.
Alright, hold on. I gotta get there. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
What is that noise?
Play it with music off. That was Gastrodon. Holy shit.
It's the cry of Gastrodon, man.
Oh my god, it's such a disappointing cry.
Alright, Togekiss is in, alright? So he goes for the Earth Power. It does nothing. So he's just gonna try to get the Flinch Hex here. It worked the first time. Let's see if it works again. I kind of forgot this battle. So it is working for Charles. Charles really likes this Togekiss set, so he's just going to keep air slashing like there's no tomorrow. Porygon Z comes, and Porygon Z is powerful. That is a clean 40%, and Dragology is very specially defensive based. So, I mean, that's a lot of damage. Out comes the Free Alligator. This is a free setup for Charles. So, I don't believe Matt actually has the Protect on Beedrill. So, Charles predicts the Protect, but that wasn't the best play. But I guess it was the right play for Charles. So he's just going to knock off while he gets the Waterfall into the Gastrodon, which was great by Matt, but unfortunately it dies from the Ice Punch. Out comes the Victini, and he baits the Aqua Jet or Waterfall, and he goes into Ferrothorn to take the Iron Barbs plus Rocky Helmet, which works out. I would have stayed in because I don't think the Free Alligator would have killed the Ferrothorn with an Ice Punch. So out comes the Ferrothorn again. Charles smartens up and at least goes for the Crunch. Unfortunately, that brings down the Free Alligator. And out comes the Zard X. He Dragon Dances, gets a little greedy. Unfortunately for Charles, the Ferrothorn gets the Leech Seed, so that's not looking good. He's going to go into Starmie, barely live the Flare Blitz, and Charles burns him. However, Starmie still survives, and he's just going to sack off the Starmie.
I would have gone to the Ferrothorn there, to be honest. But
yeah. And then out comes the Beedrill just to die. I don't know why he did that. So out comes the Victini, the Scarf Victini, which was the right play a long time ago. He's just going to send Headbutt. It's not going to do anything to Gliscor while Gliscor gets the free knockoff.
Don't know why he didn't get the PV, but he didn't.
Yeah. So at this point, Gliscor can sit here. I would have tried to Ice Beam it, but he goes out in the Ferrothorn. to get the iron barbs, the rocky helmet, figuring that knockoff is the only thing he has. He's going to go for the leech seed, which was smart, trying to limit the recovery, and Charles is going to switch into Slowking and not take that power whip too kindly. However, he gets the Fire Blast, and the slow outspeeds the slower, and he kills the Pharaoh Seed Thorn. Out comes P2. Charles is going to sack off Dragog, which is fine. He's free switching to Slowking to eat the Ice Beam up because he's Assault Vested. The Focus Blast comes through, kills the Porygon Z, and all he has left is the dead Victini on Stealth Blast.
So yeah, that is a good win for Charles there, and that is going to close out round 3 of the GBA. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to PokePals World, and also check out our channels. But any closing comments, Adam?
Nope, just see you next time.
Alright guys, as always, I was going to do fucking Tom's thing there. As always, have fun and good boy. No, I'm not going to do that. As always guys, it's Verdugo29 and the boys signing out.